So I thought of switching to UI UX design completely.
Hi, Kishore. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you so much.
Very, very excited that you've been placed at Level X, which is an activewear brand, in a role which is UI UX and graphic design, something that you desired as a software developer, and you wanted to switch your role. And let's say, if LearnTube was able to play a small role in placing you, which I think is definitely our privilege, and a big congratulations.
Thank you so much. From past few months, it was a very crucial role for me to get hired by anyone. Actually, learn to even my student manager as well. She has helped me a lot. She just corrected me when I was going wrong through my final stages, like preparing a portfolio and Behance and all.
Absolutely.
She just helped me a lot actually.
Absolutely.
Even the client which I'm being hired now, it was very pretty by the second project which I've done.
I would love to, go back a little, Kishore, and understand your background. What did you study? Then what kind of roles did you do? And then finally, like, also if there was some, let's say, was there anything personally that, you had as a struggle or a challenge? So just a little bit open conversation about your overall background, professionally, personally.
Sure. Uh, Actually, I've done my MBA in business administration. So after MBA, I just joined in a cooperative society that is like just like a MBFC. So there I've worked as senior assistant in various departments like operations, loans, and legal as well.
Hmm.
So where in COVID times there were no work from options with cooperative or NBFCs because it wasn't IT something like that. So that's where I got to know about IT. Like, why can't I switch my role? So initially in 2020, I just starting exploring no coding tools actually. That's where when I got to know about Adobe Experience Manager. From there, around 7 to 8 months, I learned about Experience Manager. From there, I got a part-time role in to the new private limited. So there, I worked for 3 months as a senior software engineer as a content author. That was a role which used to play between UI UX designers and the front end developers. So from there, I was just amused by the UI UX designing actually, because in since the first initial role from the cooperative society as well, there I used to take user interviews. So I was very familiar with selling our products from the finance institute. So uh, even everyone from the childhood would be liking about the sketching, drawing, something like that. So even that the UI UX design also was very creative thing to me. I just wanted to explore more about it. So I thought of switching to UI UX design completely thereafter. So that's when I found Career Ninja Learn to online.
So if I'm getting it correctly, the childhood Kishore loved sketching, right? Like the
Yeah.
passion was always there. Then you got into the MBA segment and
Oh,
did that.
that's what when I know about UI UX, it was more about storytelling or understanding the user pain points actually.
Absolutely.
So that's where the advantage lies. Like I had experience with user interviewing actually.
Hmm.
Like embracing them was the very keen point to to the UX research thing and all.
Yeah.
That were the it was a very advantage thing for me actually.
Absolutely. So again, like the childhood Kishore, him sketching, getting into MBA, getting into pivoting into sort of software and licensing between design and software, and then landing finally into UI UX and
And
graphics,
UX, yeah,
the main, let's say, passion that you had in childhood, and then we came in as LearnTube in the picture, right? So
yeah.
I think that's quite a journey and a very interesting one at that. I would love to understand a little more about, let's say, which plan did you enroll in with us, right? And which are the skills that you learned? So if specifically which are the skills that you kind of started learning, and how was the process?
I just enrolled into Learn to Work Ultra placement guaranteed course actually. It was not only about UI UX because I was more interested into UI UX. It's not only about UI UX. where I can learn even other courses as well,
Yes.
because it's even related to graphic design, Illustrator, Photoshop, product management as well. I've completed many courses in product management as well, because it might not be the suitable course for me, but still I have to be in collaborative with product managers, and in even with the engineers, and even with the digital marketing team as well.
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to explore those fields as well. So that was very helpful to me.
If you had to say the top two or three things that in the ultra in the LearnTube Ultra plan that you took, the top two or three things that really helped you, can you tell me those exactly? What were the two, three things?
First one is the weekly EMS sessions. Like from the initial stages, we used to learn from the very basic things, like what is UI or what is UX, or any such small topic. In weekly sessions, we used to interact with the mentor, like what we learned and what was not. So actually, that helped me a lot. Like from knowing what is right or what is wrong, that actually plays a very important role while learning a particular course like UI UX design. Because initially we would do mistakes, like while designing something and all. The weekly AM session would help me so much, like this is what is this right or not, like what was the right thing to do. In weekly AM sessions, for the whole week we used to play around, experiment ourselves. At last, final in the final week, not UI design or the UX research thing, wireframing, prototyping, and all. It would be very helpful actually.
I think like towards the end there were also a bunch of profile revamp sessions and mentorship, salary
Yeah,
negotiation. Can you talk a little bit about that time?
yeah. Actually, I was interviewed last week. There was no such interview process, like just like a design agency, something like that. As it is still a startup, so they just wanted to make sure I've known to the process to UI UX and graphic designing. They
Hmm.
just went through my Behance portfolio.
Hmm.
They were pretty sure about that. I know the process about UI UX design. They were amazed by the second project which I've done for the
Hmm.
healthcare project.
Hmm.
So after that, he had very few questions, like what was my future goal.
That's great. And I know that there was a particular project that that the founders were really impressed with, which eventually helped you land the job as well. So can you talk a little bit in detail about that project, and which was customized for you?
Yeah, sure. That project was basically depending upon the age group. Like it was not about the age group. Like anyone with interested about their fitness and wellness, from 18 to 50 or 55, for even their parents, father or mother, grandmother, anyone like that. I was able to make a personalized onboarding screens for them, like how sure were they about their workouts, or their height, weight, and their regular exercise or fitment. So about that, and how easy was it to anyone to book a schedule with a trainer, or to schedule an appointment with a fitness center. Not about fitness center, like a yoga training, or a swimming class, or a Zumba class, like that.
Hmm.
So it was very visually appealing, and the user experience and the cognitive load was very less actually.
Hmm.
The options given on the screen were to the point actually.
Hmm. Hmm. Understood. So they were impressed with the understanding of the user, and I guess how you customize that solution for them.
Yeah,
Like,
the way which I UX process,
hmm.
they were actually amazed by that.
And finally, just if I had to like round this up well, if you were to, if as a learner, as somebody who's really gone through the experience with us, right, and you're towards the last, like say a week or so of getting your role, um, if you had to recommend us to maybe somebody else watching this, or if you had to say a one line about why they should learn with us or why enroll in the Ultra plan? Can you, tell me a little bit about that?
Before choosing LearnTube Ultra, he just want to make sure like is he uh, core oriented to the job, what is applying for the course whichever is enrolled to. It's his hard work actually in the initial stages of his learning course. LearnTube they will for sure definitely help you succeed in the course as well. Even the mentors and the success managers, and throughout the journey he'll surely meet too many members of the team. It's about his hard work, like how much more he's interested in exploring very new things, because in every job role can choose like whatever he's interested in the initial stages. In case in my UX case, if at all I'm very interested in visual designing, that doesn't make sense like I'm only applying to a visual designer role only. It might be a UX researcher as well. So I should make sure like I would be open for all the job roles.
And thank you so much for your time and to talk to us, because nothing makes us happier than talking to our learners who are dedicated, who are reaching success, because this is why we do what we do every day, right? Why choose a startup that
Yeah,
helps people get placed, that helps people in their job? We only choose that every day because this is the most gratifying thing for us. It's
yeah,
not if it was only the money we get, there are a lot of different ways to do that, right? We
yeah,
really,
yeah.
I think the most exciting part about all of us in the team, or we celebrate the most, is when a learner gets a potential placement. So thank you so much for chatting
Thank
with
you.
us and being very generous with your compliments.